Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to actually have a look at something a little bit different from classical guitar, which we normally look at. Some of you might have done a little bit of this, but hopefully this is going to expand it a bit further. We're going to have a look at chords today. Chords actually in themselves are something that you do know. Chords are sets of more than one note that are played at the same time. So if you've ever done something like this, or any of those, if you've done any of those songs, then you have actually played chords already. And some of you may have had a look at chords in the Yellow Book and in the Guitar Basics. So we're going to have a look at those today. Now that we know what chords are, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of really easy chords to start us off. Some of you later on in the Guitar Basics have definitely done these. So these chords are C and G, and they work like this. For the C chord, we're going to get our first finger, we're going to place it on the C note, and we're going to try and avoid touching the string above and below it. We're going to strum it like that. That is a C chord. That's all we need to know. We just push down the C note and play the bottom three strings. For the G chord, it's very similar, still just the bottom three notes, three strings, and we're going to use one note. We're going to play the high G, make sure you don't touch the B string. There you go. All three notes all together, that's our chord. And you could make up a song with that. I really do suggest that you spend a bit of time practicing changing between those two notes. Now it's not hard to change between those two chords, but it does really sound really nice. And our goal is going to be to actually have 4 chords by the end of this video. And with those 4 chords, I'm going to try and get you to write your own song. The next 2 chords are the A minor and the E minor chords. Now these are called minor because they're a little bit darker sounding, but they are also a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to show you them now, and then I'm going to talk about chord charts, which you might come across if you forget these. But you can always check the video again if you need to. Okay, so our A minor chord, we put our first finger on the C, just like our C major chord, and then our second finger is also going to play the A, still just strumming the bottom 3 strings, and it's going to sound like this. Here's our C and our A minor. Not a huge amount between them, but they really do sound different. Now our final chord, our E minor chord, is actually a little bit easier. We're going to put our finger on A and we're going to move it up a string. So rather than playing A, we're going to play the string above. Some of you might know that as a middle E. And we're then going to play all 4 of the bottom strings, and it's going to sound like this. Now that's a much more full sounding chord because we're using more than 3 strings and we're adding some of those low notes in. As we get to more advanced chords, we might add all the strings in. We're going to talk about those now. So to be able to play the more advanced chords, you need to be able to do chord charts. These chord charts are really easy to understand, but they can take a little while to get your head around. So we start off with this black line at the top. That is the white bit, usually, at the top of your guitar. All these downward facing lines, they are your strings. So our guitar is actually viewed that way up. Okay, and all these long lines going long ways, they are our frets, which currently go down. Each of the dots, they're going to be our fingers. Sometimes these are numbered, and they're the same as your finger numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 being your pinky, first one being your finger 1. And they are going to be where we put our fingers. So in this case, we've got a C, an A, and our middle E, and that gives us an A minor chord. What I'm going to do, if you want to try out some more of these, I'm going to put a link below to a website where they've got loads of these that you can have a look at. They've all got their names above them, so it's a really good resource, and I print that out and I've got that all the time. So if I was to play that, we've got our C, our A, and our E. It sounds nice and full, like this. Now you can either strum with your fingernails touching the strings, or your thumb going through the strings, or with a plectrum. It's entirely up to you. You might even pick the strings out if you're really feeling confident. So with this information, with either our 4 chords or any of the extra chords you want to learn, I would like for you to come up with a song made out of chords. You don't have to use all the chords. You might only use 1 or 2 of the chords. You might use 3 of the chords. But the goal is it's got to be a really nice song that you could imagine a tune over the top of. Okay, and if you've got any questions or you need to do anything, get your parents to get hold of me. All right, and I look forward to listening to them. Thanks. Bye, guys.